Hey everybody, this is Jeff from Intergalactic Toys coming at you today with another RLC video. Alright, today we are talking about two Mercedes-Benz, alright? One just came out. For those of you, congratulations who got this beautiful car. It's a 1955 300 SL Mercedes-Benz Gullwing. Okay, so we did a little bit of our research. We've got some nice stats for you today to talk about this car. Now, I want to show you the cars first as we talk about it. Alright, so the newest one came in the original color back then. You could get this car painted different colors at your expense. Okay, so what color did the car come in? The Mercedes came in, here we go, here's the beautiful box for this one. There's, for RLC, there's 20,000 of these made. And you see it comes in a nice display case. Okay, and so this is the Gullwing. For those of you who maybe aren't familiar with it, it's a car before our time. Unless you're, you got to be up there in age to remember this car. 1954 is when it came out. Okay, ran for a few years, the production. This car was based off of, there's some trivia, based off of, let's put it like that. That car was based off of a 1952 300 SL that won Le Mans. Oh my goodness gracious. The famous, world famous race in France. Alright, so that tells you right there, okay, that this is a notable car, besides those fancy doors that open like this, creating that Gullwing look. Now, this car was, there was 1,400 of them made in Stuttgart, in 1954 to 1957, and then after that they had a Roadster. But before that, they had the race car version of the 300. Did not have the Gullwing doors, of course. But that's this car basically has a 3-liter. It's a 3-liter straight 6. Okay, it's 240 horsepower and it's a top speed of 163 miles an hour. Okay, which doesn't seem like a big deal, especially when you're racing back in the day Ferraris and Maseratis and Jaguars that have a lot more horsepower and are able to go up to above 180 miles an hour. Okay, its big saving grace is that it could maintain its top speed for over 11 hours. So I guess heating problems weren't, probably other cars had those issues. I'm thinking maybe their tires or something. So that is truly what I am talking about. When you less horsepower, smaller engine, not even a top speed equivalent to the cars you're racing, and you still beat them. I mean, how wonderful of a feeling is that? That's what I'm all about, okay? Horsepower is horsepower. Doesn't impress me that much. Never has, never will. Because, okay, as the European cars companies know, that it has always been power to weight ratio. Okay, so let's look at this other car right here. This is the other Mercedes-Benz from the previous year, okay, or maybe previous 2 years. And only 12,500 were made of this one, okay, so less cars of this one. Same, came in a nice fancy display case. Still beautiful. There you go. So there is a green, okay, with a red interior, 300 SL, as you can see. So very, very nice car. Okay, and this car had a lot of success at races, believe it or not. For me, looking at it, it's also a huge design innovation for back then, 1950s. And this came out in 1954. I mean, for me, being born in the late 60s, the big car for me is a Lamborghini Countach, which wasn't just all about doors, but it was that low, sleek body look, which was awesome. But this same thing, yeah, for Mercedes. When you think Mercedes, I always think like, the E-Class, the S-Class, those classes, the big luxury sedans. But it's not true. They have their race history. Back in the 20s and 30s, they were racing all the time. Okay, so here's a piece of trivia for you. This car used a Solix carburetors and a Bosch direct fuel injection system that was derived from, as you can imagine, because Daimler used their engines in these. Yeah, from an ME-109 World War II plane. So, yeah, fuel injection system out of a plane. Anyway, so back to here. I mean, Mercedes-Benz has been around since the late 1800s. That's hard to imagine. But yeah, they've been around a long, long time. All right. And one also piece of trivia that I did forget to mention was how much this car went for. Now, obviously to us that's chump change, but back then that was a lot of money. It went for $6,000 in the U.S. $6,820 is how much it cost when it came out. So wow. And of course, like I said, there was options you can do besides the paint, so it could cost more than that. One of the other cool features that it had too in it was the aluminum skin doors on the interior. If you get a chance, look up the 1950s, any of them, 300 SL Gullwing. They are, it doesn't matter what condition they are, they're over $1 million nowadays if you wanted to buy one. Remember, they only made 1,400. Okay, and the Roadster, which came out 57 to 63, 1957 to 1963, there was 1,858 of those, and they were a little over 10,000 when they came out. That's the Roadster. I'm pretty sure I've seen one of those. I don't know if I've seen a Gullwing, maybe at a car show. But okay, thanks for watching today. Okay.